Hey guys, what is up? Pixels here, and in today's video I am doing a Hero from the Sky build for Army of Darkness Ash on Evil Dead the game. I spent a lot of time messing around with builds on this guy because he's so much fun and so, like, you know, diverse that you can change your build on this guy quite a lot. But this build's really fun. You can be close to unkillable with it. It's really fun. You don't do a lot of damage, but the beauty of this build is that you can use it around any weapon as well, which is great. But anyways, let's begin. So the first thing we obviously go for is the last word, and then we're going to put 3 points into Reinforced Amulet. Reinforced Amulet, I'm not really a fan of going for the 4th point. I kind of just like to save a point for something else. So when they do this, you know, the skill tree overhaul, hopefully they will do one. They need to look at that, because what's the point in spending for an extra 2%? It just doesn't make any sense. The next one, we just put 1 point in Artful Dodger. And we just max out Industrial Strength. Industrial Strength is only bugged on supports right now, so don't worry about that. You can put 4 out of 4 on Warrior or Leader or Hunter. I think Hunter you can only do 3 out of 3, and maybe it's Leader 3 out of 3, but on Warrior it's totally fine. The next thing that we go for is just 1 point in Devastating Force and 1 point in Balance Bar damage. The 10% Balance Bar damage is more than enough, especially depending on what weapon that you're using. I think in the gameplay you're seeing, I actually use a purple baseball bat, which also has great Balance Bar damage. So I didn't really need the Balance Bar buff at all. And then the next thing that we go for is 3 points in Tougher Than Hell. And then we just move up to the quick cooldown for his ability. It knocks 9 seconds off his ability, so then it's only 81-second cooldown compared to the 90-second. Obviously, you know, 9 seconds is quite a big difference on this game, and being able to spam your potion a lot longer, a lot more is way better. Like I said before the nerf, this build was really good. It's still really good. Like I said, it's one of my most used builds on him. It's really fun to do it. But yeah, like I said, the quicker cooldown is much needed right now, because like I said, they buffed him up, they nerfed him to have like a 90-second cooldown on this, which is pretty ridiculous. But anyways, moving on. So the next thing, we're just going to put 3 points into Seasoned Survivor Basic, just to deal with the basic possession spam that we're dealing with right now. The next one, we're going to go for the boss, and we're just going to buff up the elite one as well. So like I said, this one makes him really close to unkillable, especially every time, you know, someone gets possessed or a boss or something, you drink a potion, you'll pretty much take close to like next to no damage. It's absolutely insane, you know. Like I said, I've had a lot of fun using this build. You won't do high damage, but at the same time, I've actually been doing quite a lot of damage with it, because I haven't limited myself to just using the chainsaw. I've been picking up better weapons as well. Like I said, I've used a purple baseball bat with this build. The baseball bat isn't amazing by any means, but you know, I've managed to actually like pull out like 71,000 damage games just using this build. So I'm starting to think, you know, doing the damage and stuff on Warrior isn't really all that important compared to actually tanking your Warrior up, which is really fun to do. But yeah, I've done a lot of testing with this build. Like I said, I used it quite a lot. This is actually one of my most used builds on this guy, and like I said, I have a lot of fun using it. The main thing you want to do when you're doing this build is focusing on your potion as much as possible. You get a 30% damage reduction every time you drink your potion, and that lasts for a total of 20 seconds, so that's really good. And you also get a damage increase with that. So you get the 30% there. You also get the 10% with the amulet, so you know, that's like a 40% damage reduction there. And then you get the 10% with the Tougher Than Hell. Again, that's another extra 10%. You obviously buff up your health to 25%. You know, there's a lot of percentages. You get a 13% damage reduction from Possessed Basics. You get a 13% damage reduction from bosses. And you get a 13% damage reduction against elites. Like I said, this build's really fun and very tanky. And it actually works out really well for this guy. Like I said, he kind of has really good base damage as it is. And, you know, you can go damage builds with this guy, and I'm obviously going to do other builds with this guy, but, you know, using this Hero from the Sky build, I think you guys are going to really enjoy it and have a lot of fun, and you'll find how very underrated it is, and actually you'll also find out that you actually don't really need to spec into melee damage all that much, even playing Warrior. Like I said, I've used this build, I don't know how many games I've used it on, maybe it's 20, and, you know, I can't really remember if I've actually lost a game using this build, because it's just so much fun. Like I said, if you guys want to obviously learn how to spend the pink fuck, then the main thing that you want to do for this build is just the same as pretty much that you should be doing on every class. You know, go for stamina first, because you need the 2 dodges. Like, that's just a given. The next thing that I go for is melee damage and attack speed, which greatly helps out, especially since you already have the tank the tank spec like as your base kit from the skill tree. You don't really need to go into shield straight away. So like I said, I just go for stamina, melee, and then I go for shield and then health. So those 4 in that order are very helpful as well. Like I said, you can just basically just make this guy a tank, and just, you know, having the increased attack speed is more than enough to do enough damage with this guy. And like I said, you know, I've got so much gameplay from doing this. I'm actually quite to decide like what gameplay to actually show you guys, but I think the one that I had against the basic possession spam is probably the best one I can show everyone. Not only that, but this build will help out against like the 1v1 situations as well, because, you know, if you drink your potion when you're getting basic possession spammed, you know, then you can kind of soak up quite a lot of damage until your teammates can come over and help you out, or you can try and get away from that as well. So there's different methods of how you can play this build, but like I said, you know, I was playing this build very smart. You know, if I see my, you know, like my support getting targeted or something, I'd like actually jump in front and just soak up all the damage for them. Because, you know, I was taking so much like damage reduction that my health bar wasn't really going down all that much either, which is really good. Even against a strong Henrietta player, obviously, you know. But if you do play with someone, and you know, this is, like I said, this is decent for a solo queue game. I've got a few, you know, solo queue wins under my belt using this as well. But if you do play with someone who, like, you know, plays the game, plays a warrior or something, this build is really good paired up with Scotty as well. Because you kind of have Scotty there to do the damage, and you can be there to kind of like soak up the damage and also doing damage yourself. Obviously, people are thinking like, why not just do this on Henry the Red and stuff like that? The thing is with this guy is that you can spam the finishers and regen your shield as much as possible as well, whereas Henry, you can't actually do that. So, you know, and you can also do damage with the shield blast, so it greatly helps out with that. And again, like I said, you get the damage buff with the Wise Man potion. You get the damage reduction with the Wise Man potion as well. So, like I said, you know, the best thing to do with this, you know, like I said, he doesn't go like high max damage or anything like that. So, you know, while you could do this build on Henry the Red, I feel like it's a lot better on Army Darkness Ash just because of the way his kit is designed. And like I said, you can use this with any melee weapon whatsoever. You know, you can go a sledgehammer route. You know, you can use the chainsaw if you wish. You get the extra 5% of a chainsaw. It's not massive, but it does help out a bit. But yeah, the main thing is what I do with this build. Like I said, I just swing into crowds and just go absolutely nuts. I try and get as many finishes as possible as well. But like I said, it worked out really well for me every time I've used this build. So, you know, I thought I'd share it with you guys, and hopefully you guys have fun using it. And thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the build. Give this build a test for yourselves. I'm sure that you will enjoy using it as much as I have. Like I said, you don't have massive amount of melee damage, but as long as you get like the extra 10% balance bar damage, then you can spam your finishers a lot quicker as well, which is great. And, you know, getting the pink fuck as well is very important. It obviously dealing a bit more damage with this build as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, hit that sub button if you're new to the channel. I do stream this game Monday to Thursday, and you get all the Evil Dead content right here on this channel as well. And I've been Pixels. You've been my awesome viewers. I'll catch you guys in the next one.